survive in this world. Being human and being wrong. Everyone keeps telling me to grow up fast, and that is so tough. Can't wrap my head around it. Your unfair rules, ego tripping too. We do people know we're in this world, and we're surviving. Getting through anything, stay alive. It's hard, making hard. Worthless game that never win. Having the darkness in the end. 何が正しくて何が間違っているんだ。僕はただここで生きてると叫びたいだけ。I have voices going my mind tonight. I will never give up on this way anymore. No panic can stop me. This is the way I am. I say did you drop dead, baby? Yeah. So this is the way I am. Yeah.
Alright, welcome back to Hentai Prison. We're gonna get started with the grand route. I'm only going for like 30 minutes or an hour. All I did was just upload just uploaded Noah's route, and it's already late. I mean, I already did like 8 hours of recording. Not just that, I was already like wide awake the rest of the day. Alright, let's open the route selector. The town of Sugeshiro. In the TC Junction jurisdiction, I mean, a town like you'd find anywhere else, flanked by a large TM river nearby. The mayor aims to make the town a wonderful place to raise one's children. It's known for its fairs. One humble resident of Sugeshiro hated the world and all that was in it. A boring life, a Babbitt school, a gloomy populace. Such was his hatred for all that he wished to see the world burn. This youth, the type who would be the lustful hooligan in a piece of a cuckold porn, was named protagonist temporarily. I'll come up with a name later. IK. Put in slashes when you're commenting stuff out. NK. Got it. IK. He felt like no one understood him. Why did he feel this way? Well, ever since he was a young lad, protagonist Temp only saw the opposite sex as well, objects of sex. No matter what woman he laid eyes upon, he felt a fierce, overwhelming desire to tear into her, to violate her as he would. He had a disease that made him look at people only as tools for sexual gratification. To him, none were whole, and all were holes. What the fuck? Living with his unfathomable lust, and the self-loathing it brought was nearly too much to bear. He sought solace in looking up girls' skirts from under the stairs. If only every woman out there was mine. As a premature ejaculator, he had no confidence in his member. Tormented by his constant shame and painfully combustible emotions, he found nothing in the world but despair. Then one day, he met an interesting man.
君には特別な力がある。それは普通の人間にはない。変態性から生まれたものなんだ。
Does he have a first name? Those words shone like a beam of light into his life. Someone had appeared to guide a scumbag like him.
さあ、その力を使って この世すべての女を欲望のままに犯そうじゃないか。
Faded in that light, he felt for the first time in his life that he had become human. When I got up to the surface, my eyes really hurt. Tulip Prison sees snowfall for most of the year, so it hardly ever clear out. It's hardly ever clear out. Compared to underground, though, the daylight is blinding.
ジメジメした暗室にぶち込まれてると不思議と体が光を求めるようになるのかな。だから懲罰上がりはすぐにわかる。すぐグラウンドに来るから。
Makes sense. I do a stretch as I nod to Kugitani-san. When did he get here?
戻ってきてたか。何してる？
It feels so nice out that I'm just taking a walk.
商用か。そうだろう。やっぱり人間は風に当たらにゃ。
Wanderlust, huh? Sounds like that's what I got a bit of.
やっぱり地上はいいもんだ。
Sure is.
見ろ、懲罰房から戻ってきたのがおるようじゃぞ。見たところ、懲罰房から戻ってきたようじゃ。
懲罰房か。私も一度例の真空図書館事件やらかした時にぶち込まれたけど、ありていに行って人生の縮図みたいな場所だったわ。
Oh, it's been a while since we saw Miss Microcosmic. I'd miss those two. Solitary isn't somewhere I want to go again.
大抵の囚人はそういう。一度でもぶち込まれたら最後、もう二度と悪さをしようとは思わない。
Yeah,
これで懲りたか？
not at all. The darkness did nothing to dampen my resolve. I'm going to keep working on the game. That's not changing. No matter how deep they lock me up, I'm not changing my plans.
燃えてるな、お前さん。あんまりそういうタイプには見えなかったんだがね。
I never felt this before. This emotion raging up from my core. Just thinking about it gets me moving. It makes me want to get up and get running. Yeah, I'm really fired up. For the first time in my life, no less.
それじゃ、初めての懲罰棒祝いだ。ほれ、
Aren't these...
エネマグラだよ。お前さんの傑作だ。エロデューサーのところから掃除婦を使って回収しておいた。
I take the two of them. I'm surprised you recovered them both.
今日会えなかったら処分しようと思ってた。検査も厳しくなってるからね。ラッキーだった。
I'm glad I came here first. I figured I wanted to pay Kugitani-san a visit, and as luck would have it, that desire paid off.
お前さんも無茶しすぎないようにな。それじゃ。
Sincerely thanks. We do the usual greet with our fists, while I clutch the massages, and then we go our separate ways.
やめるつもりはないようだね、修一郎。
Amatsu-kun asked me in his heart's voice from his half-erect perch below. I am. However, I cannot make the game alone. That's why I need their help again. I'll approach all three of them tomorrow. Ah, this is something he didn't do. Oh, that's something he didn't do much in each individual route. He only approached one of them, but here he approaches all of them.
あいつでしょ。最近造船工場に異動になったドローンガールって。
前にあの女にカエルを投げつけながらケロンガールって冷やかしたチンポ野郎が次の日ボコボコになって独房で見つかったらしいわ。
やりすぎよね。監視を味方につけたら誰も手出しなんてできないわ。あの顔、ちょっとでも機嫌を損ねたら何されるかわからないわよ。
ああ、怖い怖い。一体何を考えてるのか。はあ。
お姉さん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん。
なんかこの人声出しながらご飯食べてる。怖すぎてコアラになっちゃう。
That's a lot of flashbacks for me, man. Considering this is the previous route we were in. The plan to break out of prison with her failed completely. Years of planning, a budget of over 20 million yen. That's not too much. Anyway, every contingency was accounted for, every step meticulous, and yet it fell apart so easily.
舌打ちしたわ。
I hate Nato. I don't even know why these reeking beans
ま
exist.
たどこかの気に入らない人間を沈める気かしらね。
The reason completely eludes me. Why did my Onechan refuse to break out with me? My beloved Onechan refused my heartfelt request. Think as I might, I can't make sense of it. I mean, she's my Onechan, and I'm her Imoto. Our bond is stronger than titanium and deeper than the sea, ocean. Us being separated is simply wrong.
なんで
She wouldn't take that sort of attitude unless she had a specific reason to avoid me. She is, after all, a saint.
あいつは
Oh, it's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? The man was sent to solitary for the dumbest reason imaginable. Making an eroge has finally come back to the surface alive. He's milling about, eyes searching like he's looking for someone. I've always been curious about what solitary is like. I'll have a light chat with him while saying my
お
hello.
いお前
おい貴様、もう喫食開始しているんだぞ。何をしていた？遊んでいるのか？
I'm just stretching my legs.
商用、わけのわからない言葉を。
I've got a bit of a wanderlust.
公衆の面前で陰謀の揺れに使われる擬音を用いるなどと、どういうつもりだ？
Iberu as always. Ouch, my.
金玉かか！
そこら辺にしておけ、山岸刑務官。変わろう。
Oh, Sovereign and her Imoto. I thought Venus herself had appeared.
ようやく懲罰房から出てすぐに違反か。ずいぶん気が抜けている様子だな。0720番。
It's my Onesan. Gomen. There's just someone I'm looking for.
今は食事の時間だ。そういった個人的なことは休憩時間にしろと叩き込んでやったはずだが。
I have many plans.
囚人の分際で何を偉そうなことを。
Talking.
少しは丸くなって戻ってくると思いきやこれだ。
Normally. When she wouldn't say a word to me. That's so unfair. I could literally die.
今日より数日間、0720番は私の監視下に置かれることになった。不用意な行動は慎むように。
This is a repeat of the start of Noah's route.
え
Huh? Under surveillance? My Onesan's surveillance? Could be in her field of vision 24/7?
そんなのもうデートみたいなもんじゃん。
Noah.
楽しい1週間になりそうだな。0720番。
How can such a joyful punishment be allowed to exist? Joyful punishment. He's basically getting the love and attention of the goddess all to himself. Yet, why does he look so annoyed about it? He should be throwing himself on the ground in gratitude. I thought you were supposed to have given permission for the game.
だからあのな。
She gets closer to him, to his face, when she wouldn't even look me in the
そ
eye.
のせいでこっちも押し付けられたんだ。何が楽しくて残業なんてすると思う？
It's over for her. She's getting some zangyo. You can't do that, Nessan. You can't get that close to him. It's basically
もう
like
キスみたいなもんじゃん。
Noah. Oh. Oh, I get it. Makes sense. Everything clicks for
これ
me.
から地上ではおとなしくしていろ。でなければ今度は懲罰房じゃ済まされないぞ。おい、返事。
Understood. My Onesan is basically Saint Mary.
まったく。お前がやってきてからというもの。ちゃんと刑に服して深く反省するように。
And what's she known for? Mercy. In her infinite mercy, she can't just abandon the prisoners here. That's why she won't escape with me. Well, actually, she's kind of right there. I mean, consider her actual logic involved, but like, She reached to that conclusion through delusion. Oh, Kurumiyashi! Yet this living garbage is speaking with my dear Onesan without my permission. Perfect timing. I wanted to.
死にさらせ
Everyone who gets more attention from my Onesan than me should just disappear. I don't even know why they exist in this world. They're as useless as these beings.
この納豆野郎が
Nande?
自分の心にでも手を当てて考えてみたらどうですか お前の心は股間にあるんですか
No. My balls just hurt. Hey! Mate! Kurumiyashi! Not turning back, I head off to work. I decide to put him on my no-talk list for a while.
前の囚人の揉め事は借りを返すを借りを返すと誤認した結果だったみたいでしてね。誤解が解けたらお互い文字通り借りを鞘に収めましたよ。
I'm really glad we're starting off with like their POV. Especially that they treat the POV with like you really know how they think at the start of the game, so it's good.
そうかいご苦労だったな今後も守備よくやっておくれよ
姉さん何か心配事が近頃は食事もあまり進んでないようにお見受けしますが
何ちょっと調子を崩しているだけさすぐに良くなるよご苦労だったな
やはりここ数日どこか様子がおかしいですね
じゃあ噂は本当だってのかよ、ひでみちゃん。姉さんがあのガキに。
おいやめよ男どもはすぐめったな勘繰りするんだ今はシャッと黙って待っていようじゃないの
Oh yeah, you know what? It's been because Taeka's our first round, so I really forgot what happened in the beginning. But I remember at the beginning there was like the rumor about like someone spread the rumor that they did it or some shit.
無料案内所に勤めていた頃蓮向かいの案内所に来ていた僧侶がよく漏らしていましたよ石の上にも3年女体の上には3秒
本当にどうしちまったんだろうな
ああ退屈だ退屈だな
Oh man, I heard Noah from that voice. I mean Noah from Tenchi Sozo Reboot because they have the same VA, and I just remembered her for a split second there. I kind of miss her. Oh man. Anyway, since the room is empty, I take my chance to shout.
うまくいかねえもんだな
I asked no one. Of course, there's no answer. I've been peeved off, like you couldn't believe, ever since the game got cancelled. Why? I'm not sure myself. The boredom's been hanging over me. It's been bad, almost like I've pent up somehow. My focus has been falling off too. If I let this fester, I'll set a terrible example for the family. I'm worrying them enough as is.
しょうがねえ久しぶりに耐え会議でもするか
A Taeka Giri. A kind of meeting I kept up since I was a little girl. In it, there are roughly 3 Hatae Taigas in my head. It's like I got a courtroom in there.
さてそれで本日の議題最近ずっとなんだかな問題についてだが
I like how you see all 3 of them. First, Matriarch Taeka.
会議しちゃおう会議しちゃ
Okay, that's very close to the very close to the no one that I know. Noah from Tenchi Soso Reboot. Then Needy
おうと
Taeka.
っとと決着をつけましょう悩んでいるなんて合理的じゃない
Then Logical Taeka.
お願いします理性的な解析を
I fucking hate there was a split second at the roof. I thought I didn't need to prove anything tonight. I mean, after going through Noah's route.
原因は分かっています。あの坊やが誘ってきたゲーム制作並びに絵を描くという行為についてです。
Wait.
ここ数年は跡目騒動や隠居組織九州支部構想などで時間が取れず、すっかりと忘れていましたが、元より私らは芸事の方が好きだったからな。その点について芸術大家からの証言もあります。やっぱり絵描くのは楽しい。親分とかよりこっちの方が向いてる私。
I really miss Noah. I've been saying that a lot. Maybe I'll open it up later or something. I don't know, man. What am I gonna do?
そうなんだ。そんな気もする。ですが、残念ながら畑谷大家にそんな余裕はありません。現にイラスト制作中は顔役の仕事を部下に任せ気味であり、効率が 45% 低下しているという数値も出ています。すみません。でもさ、絵描いてるのってやっぱり楽しいじゃんかさ。人も褒めてくれるしさ。それは確かに。
Yeah, that really sounded like Noah. I should stop from Tenchi Sosa reboot. Not Kurubayashi Noah.
あなたは畑組の親分なんですよ。それが絵を描いて遊びほうけていたら部下がついてきます？その通り。やだー。タエカもっとお絵描きしたり楽しいことしたいよ。そうだよね。
Also True Taeka. Yeah, True Taeka and Didi Taeka. And I think maybe artistic Taeka is closer to.
そんなことにうつつを抜かして肝心の H を取り逃すようなことになったらどうするの？それはそう。確かにそう。やだよ。親分ばっかりするの疲れるよ。タエカだってたまには遊びたいよ。てめえらの意見は相分かった。静かにしろい。私らの中には絵を描きたいって欲求があるということは重々承知した。ゲーム制作は惹かれるものがあったな。だが私らは畑谷大家だ。畑組を率いる頭であり、何千という兵隊を持つ任教団体のトップなんだ。頭が考えなきゃならねえのは杯を交わした子供たちについてであることは間違いねえ。数年前私らは満場一致でその覚悟を決めたはずだ。絵なんてのは引退後にいくらでも描ける。だから今はうちのガキどもを脅かす H をばらまいた犯人をとっ捕まえてけじめつけさせることが優先だ。ってことでここいらで手打ちってことにしねえかなあ、素の大家。そうだよね。そうだ、仕方のねえことなのさ。やらなきゃならねえことは無所の中でも5万とある。私の個人的な欲求なんて犬にでも食わせておけばいいんだ。
I know that. I understand that, yet I can't stop letting out these saddened sighs.
なんだてめえはやこら。
Hello.
ボンじゃねえか。何してるんだあいつは。
I'm guessing the start of the route is gonna be similar to the start of a lot of the heroine routes to some extent, but then you hear their internal struggles about like stuff we already know from going through their routes.
ほら修一郎言ったじゃねえかよ。てめえってば組でとんでもない噂になってるから。
Looks like it.
ねえじゃねえよ。なんで俺まで巻き込むんだよ。
Nearby, I feel braver.
こんなところで勇気出すんじゃねえよ。
I'm here to see the Kumicho. Please let me through.
てめえ何されたこと抜かしてんだ。シャバゾの分際で見上げた根性だな。
Please let me through.
ここにおわすのは我らが畑組の親分だよ。
It's really important. I want the Kumicho to do art for me again.
そうか、ボン。 てめえまだ諦めてねえんだな。
I got a reputation to keep, so I can't step out and let him in. If he's come this far though, then I can come up with some reason to toss him a lifeline.
ですか。あいにくと私たちの組長はお忙しい身。そのようなことでお手を煩わせるわけにはいきませんね。
It's really important to me. Come on, keep at it. No matter how much you yell or threaten me, my feelings will not change. Just keep pushing, come on!
あんまり聞き分けがないとやっぱで全身ビャビャってしてやろうかね。
Because my heart burns. Sometimes a man has to leave reason behind and force his way through. Come on, I'm right here! I will not move until the Kumicho refuses me herself.
よし、いいぞ。
Nice. Only she can decide if it's a waste of time or not.
そうだ、言ってやれ。
So, let me at least speak with her.
あとちょっとだ、根性見せてみろ。
なあ、頼むからやめてくれよ。
Okay, Ozawa, if that's important to you.
余計なことをあのガキ。
こんな危ねえとこ二度と来んじゃねえぞこのシャバ僧が。
You left your cell with your hair looking like that.
ああ、ネクサスついてんじゃねえか。言ってくんなきゃ気づかなかったぞこれな。
おい。
Taeka's like, damn it! No! No, don't go away! With Ozawa pushing him in between apologetic nods, the kid leaves, turning back every 2 seconds, but he leaves nonetheless. He was so damn close!
やれやれ。まったくどいつもこいつも。
Nothing's going my way. What was that thing my Otosan, my oyaji, used to always say? Being Kumicho is all responsibility, no perks, was it?
タイミングの悪いやつだな、ボンは。
I pull up my mask in frustration. Let's not. It'll be a while before I can paint again. Hawaii finally returns to the forest of books. My shadow is the only one in this spot. Yeah, I only recognize the theme, man. Unseeable from most angles in the library, and wavers in the subtle movements of the setting sun. I am trying to put into words the strange sensation, one I have never felt before. It is akin to a sigh of long-awaited relief, yet also having part of my heart put to a small splash of water. Cold. The library is nearly freezing to be in. I think it's best this way, though. That is simply what I am. Someone no one should know about. I should be the only one to melt in this dark. Chisato! I reflexively hide under my chair. Appearing out of nowhere is him. I remember that he had been sent to solitary. Is his term over? Is he back from it? Is she not here? I was hoping to get her to write the story again. A shame. A huge one.
独り言がでかい。
Loud monologuing. Write the story? Does that mean he wants me to write for him again? Even after getting sent to solitary? Even after going through all that? He still wants to make that game? Ah, well. Zannen. But, well, we'll have to come back later.
誰かと喋ってる。
Wait. Maybe she's under the table. I haven't checked there yet.
誰もいないのに。
So this is the perspective from someone outside. When you see him talking to Amatsukun, I guess. Ah! Oh. The table broke. He's surprisingly persistent. Here and there he looks I can't pronounce that word! Punctiliously checking every corner and cranny. I hope he leaves soon.
こんなところで囚人が何をちょろちょろしているのかしら。
Whoa, why is Yugao here? Why is it in the previous one we didn't even see Julia? Anyway. Akanshu appears. Her footfalls relax. Yet he turns to her furiously with a question. Have you seen Chisato anywhere, ma'am? Anywhere around, ma'am?
Chisato desu.
Bruh. Of all the people, it's Yugao. She's gonna be super angry. It is a vision of hell. Yes. Chisato. She's a girl wearing black rags with her bangs over her right eye.
真っ暗ね。
やめて。
Of all the people you could have asked, she has a baby face and is really cute. Oh, and her voice is really clear, and she has this beautiful eye.
貴様はそう感じるのね。
もう勘弁して。
I think you'll see her in much the same way, ma'am.
さあどうかしら。
You can tell in her brain she's like, what the fuck is this asshole saying? That fucking rat.
バカ野郎。
He might actually be just a little stupid.
あら、このバラバラになっている椅子は何かしら。
About that, ma'am. It turned that way when I touched it. The chairs here are old and on the verge of breaking, so...
そう。
Oh shit. Someone appears out of nowhere and slams into the ground. Huh? He blinks in shock, blood flowing from his nose.
貴様はあろうことかプリズンの備品を破壊したのよ。罰せられるのも当然だと思わないかしら。
But I didn't mean to.
動くな。
He gets pinned to the ground and has his joints bent. Bruh, I thought Sovereign was 24/7 going to watch him, right? I feel like even I can hear the creaking of bone dragging her right leg. Yugao Kanshicho approaches and slowly bends down to him.
忠告してあげるわ。あのドブネズミの名前を私の前で二度と口にしないことね。
What do you mean?
質問は許されないのよ。
He stiffens up from the shock delivered by her cane.
まったく、立場を忘れた人間ほど御しがたいものはないわね。
I let out a yelp because I know that pain all too well.
今回はこれくらいで許してあげるけれど、いいこと？次あの小娘に近づいたらこんなものでは済まないわよ。痛いのは嫌でしょ？なら全てを忘れなさい。そんな女はいなかったのだと。全ては暗闇の見せた幻だと肝に銘じなさい。でないと懲罰棒なんて生ぬるい場所まで落ちることになるわよ。もうや。
With that she leaves. The unsettling staccato of her cane gets quieter and quieter. After a few minutes, he finally gets up. Then, with his shaky footfalls, he leaves as well. Quiet returns to my blind spot. The space forgets human heat and fills itself again with cold. I do not expect him to return, not after that beating. He must have learned that only greater pain awaited him should he come after me. Well, if he isn't dumber than I thought anyway.
よっぽどのバカの可能性はあるな。
He shouldn't come here. He shouldn't involve himself with me. That's the only way to protect the kind-hearted fool who once told me he needed me. Back in my cell, I feel nostalgic. It's been a while. I hated this place. When I first got here, I resented being cooped up in this cage. Now, I feel like I'm finally home.
独房が妙に寒いのだけは気にかかるな、修一郎。
Yeah, Matsukun. That's the only minus. I hear a storm outside. The solitary confinement cell completely shuts out sounds from the outside world, rendering it completely silent. Even noise naturally warms my heart.
ほら、修一郎。いつもみたいに。
Oh, thanks. It would be my honor. I hold hands with Amatsukun, gripping crotches to warm up is simply what men do when they are cold. After letting the warmth course through my body, I look up at the ceiling. I didn't get to talk with any of them. Not a single one of the three. Was I just unlucky, or are they avoiding me? I haven't been avoided by someone since sports day.
ああ、君が3点オウンゴールして 2-0 から後半ロスタイムで逆転負けした時だね。
Of course they would hate him because he did that. It hurts a lot more now than then, though. That's because I can't make the game if I don't have them around.
けれど彼女たちの説得はかなり困難な状況だと言わざるを得ないよ、修一郎。
Matsukun keeps his cool.
なぜならゲーム制作はもう構成プログラムの一環ではなくなってしまった。つまり強制力がないということだ。
I've lost permission from the prison already. Even worse, the warden herself explicitly forbade it. If we did it, we'd have to do it in the shadows and make sure not to get caught.
だが彼女たちがそこまでするメリットがない。
If we get found again, the responsibility likely won't fall only on me. What I need now are bargaining chips. Chips that will persuade them, that will win them over to me, so that we can get back to making our game. How would I find them though?
それよりも修一郎、目下の問題を解決する方が先じゃないかい？
Good point. I take out the 2 prostate massagers I hid under my bed. I'm currently under the direct guard surveillance. If these get found out, the game dev will be the least of my worries. My anus is an open hiding spot, but I can only hold one. Sumari, I had to get rid of the other. Completely. I've just got so much on my plate.
考え事をしていた方がいいかもしれないぞ。嵐のせいか今日は寒すぎる。
I wonder, the cell's walls are thinner than the others. As I touch the cold wall, the thought occurs to me. I might be able to grind the massager away if I grind the walls with it. What if this is how he discovers the ducks on his own?
憎き壁をやっつけろ。だな。
It might be some nice stress relief. I hold the massager correctly and jam it into the wall. I hear something fall over. The section of the wall I smack crumbles before my eyes. I give the wall another grinding smack with the massager. The wall crumbles more and more in an almost comical fashion. Then when I make a small solid hole, cool air pours in from it. It's a good thing that we did Noah's route. It was the previous route we were in. Apparently, the hollow space is a remnant of what the prison used to be. This was back when the island was just a coal mine, before it had running water through undersea pipelines. Apparently, 300 tons of water were brought to the island by ship twice a day. The water was stored in a giant reservoir tank, and then sent to the tanks at the top of each building on the island. That water was then distributed to rooms via pipes attached to those tanks. The whole becomes the focal point of my days.
てめえ、最近よく歩きまんよな。そういや最近よ、シャバにいる女から電話がかかってきてよ。出所したらすぐ働けるように何でもいいから資格取ってなんて言ってきやがってさ。
When I take a good look at the prison's buildings, I notice pipeline protrusions crawling along the walls of the old facilities. Since the large reservoir tanks sent water to each other building's tank, that means all the pipes are connected.
最近料理ばっかしてるから、俺は調理師免許なんだいいかなと思ってよ。
The pipes branch out and go any and end everywhere. I'm out here checking just how they're connected. I jot down what I see from memory, then check what connects where when I leave my cell.
また来てる。やっぱりバカ。
She basically, oh, he's here again. I knew it. He's stupid. Anyway. I draw it out, forming a makeshift map. Then back in my cell, I grind away. The massager isn't sturdy like iron, so the process isn't very efficient. Worse, the grinding is on the louder side. This means I have to be cautious and grind only on days when there's a storm out.
それでも随分惚れてきたな、修一郎。
Yeah, look at how busted up the massager is. As I grind away at the wall, debris from it builds up. I pick up the remnants of the wall at my feet, then jam it into my... Bruh. Of all the places. Then I let it out. Chunk after chunk of wall is plunked onto the grass.
どうした？何してるんだそんなところで踏ん張って。
Bro, it looks like he's taking a shit. But holy shit, he sleeps with rubble on his ass. I cannot. Bro, Kukitani-san happens to find
お
me.
前さん、そんなところでうんこはできないよ。監視に見つかったらとんでもないことになる。
This is a wall.
ついに行かれちまったか。塀の中に入ると誰でも一時は錯乱するもんだが、こんな風になっちまうもんか。
I have been misunderstood. I think to myself. Obviously, but you're still kind of shit. I don't know, man. How do you push it out? You just farted, or you actually did take a shit. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. And so I explain my reasoning.
古い水道のパイプ。へえ、そんなものがあるとは知らなんだ。おっ。
The construction work was kind of sloppy, so it's easy to take apart.
そして今お前さんのケツから土に帰っているわけだ。因果なもんだね。
This handily gets rid of evidence. I loaded up a lot, so there's a bit more.
凄まじい光景だ。
You showed up. Perfect timing. So what the fuck?
俺にはそうは見えないが。
There's something I wanted you to procure.
仕入れ？ああいいよ。何でもござれ。下剤を飲めばもっと楽に出せるかもしれないもんな。
I want some construction paper.
鉄を拭くのにか？
Something bigger than that, and dull gray. Ideally, by tonight. I draw a big rectangle with my fingers.
材料紙なら製紙工場のつてを使えば何とかなる。今夜じゃあ20時のタイミングだな。
Thanks. I can pay it right away.
いいさ。肛門を覗いちまった罪滅ぼしだ。
Things I didn't want to hear and see and all. I'll even learn about. A fierce wind is blowing again tonight. The lights of my cell blink on and off. I'm just about to ground my first massager down to nothingness. Bruh, you know what? I'm sure there are people passing by his cell and they haven't seen that there's a fucking hole in his cell.
かなり広がったな、修一郎。
Yeah, about enough to fit my head in. I stuck my head into it. It's too dark to see much of anything, but I can tell it extends out into a wider space.
頭が通れば全身が入るはずだ。もう少しだな。
Progress was a lot faster than
さ
expected.
すがは修一郎だ。
How did he hide it, man? And remember, in the previous route, Sovereign was on his case, so she even went inside his room and, you know, tried to... I mean, he had the poster and all. And it isn't the first time I've expanded something with one of these either.
なるほど。穴を広げるのは慣れたものということですか。
Is it... It's coincidental that it's Noah. And it's lucky it's Noah. I pull my head out and turn around. I see Kurubiyashi leaning against a pushcart. Kurubiyashi.
拡張した穴に入るとはとんだスカルファックですね。
Oh, fuck. What are you doing here?
日直ですよ。本の貸し出しです。お前が申請していたハードカバーが戻ってきたので、届けてほしいと言われていたんですよ。
I take the horn from her. Inside is a folded sheet of construction paper.
なるほど。そこまで大きな穴になっては簡単には隠しきれませんからね。そのためのポスターですか。
And it's actually perfect that the first person who encounters him is Noah, because she was planning that escape.
よごとおかしな音がすると思っていたんですが、なるほど。 ここに繋がっていましたか。
Bro, that actually made it worse when I realized it. That means everyone knows that there was some strange sounds. He really would have been so fucked. It's a good thing Noah was the one who spots him. He has an appraising, amused look on her face. Since she said such terrible things to me before, when all I've done was talk to her, I had thought she hated me. Could you keep this a secret?
さあ、どうしましょうか。
I beg of you.
お前の態度次第ですよ。
You're brilliant, slender, a computer genius. The third prettiest person in the world? Third?
絶妙に褒めきってないのやめろ。
The last part was third. I wonder who's the first and second. I mean, looking objectively, I think the prettiest has to be Nasan. Oh, this is gonna hit her. This is gonna be like, you know, this is gonna hit her, man.
確かに一番はお姉ちゃんですね。
Her delusion's working here. So, I beg of you. Thanks for the delusion.
まあ構いませんが。
I unfold the paper and quickly push it against the
お
wall.
前、それをどうやって貼るつもりですか。
I had snuck out the stickiest thing I could find for tonight's dinner. I tried adhering each corner of the paper to the wall with it, but it heartlessly refuses to stick. I don't know Mochi stuck this poorly.
珍しく出たものがあだになりましたね。
I truly despise the spicy daikon covered mochi I smuggled in here for this purpose.
もう一ついいことを教えてやりましょう。チャプター19が来ますよ。
Oh, fuck.
全員速やかに立ち上がれ。壁に向かって両手をつき、直立不動の体勢を取るように。
ね。
If I'm found, it's back to solitary for me. My score will increase. I'll become a lower ranked prisoner. Then they'll plug up the hole. What do I do?
条件次第では知恵を授けてやっても良いですが。
Really?
手を出してください。
Here. Kurabayashi. Wait, she made herself puke? Why? Kurabayashi.
私、吐き戻し得意なんですよ。
Oh yeah, she normally keeps some stuff inside her through her. That's real disgusting. I mean, I get they're in the prison, they try to hide things inside their body, but man, I can still never get used to this shit, man. Ew. I have been given a pile of okay, she actually did puke.
この中に作業場で使った両面テープがあるはずです。操縦桿の修理に使う予定だったので。
This greenish then thing.
バカですね。それは夜のほうれん草の煮浸しですよ。こっちじゃ、あ、これビー玉だ。
You really swallow everything. Well, you know, I think I'd rather have puke than the stuff that comes from your ass.
珍しいものはとりあえず胃の中にしまっておくんですよ。
She's like a baby that just learned to crawl. I think to myself.
おお、あったあった。これです。
I quickly take it out from the sludge and tape the paper onto the wall. The tape is covered in stomach acid, but having still been sealed, it's as sticky as ever. And at a glance, the wall looks normal. It isn't obvious that anything has been taped there.
これで貸し一つです。お前はどうも面白いものを見つけたようですね。その穴、私も一枚噛ませてもらいますよ。
For Noah, this really helps her escape plan. And thanks to her delusion, she didn't realize that he was talking about a different Onesan. With that, Kurabayashi gallantly takes her leave, leaving behind nothing but reeking vomit. I quickly scramble to clean it up.
0720番、棒を開け。
Sovereign shows up nearly at the same time.
ただいまよりチャプター19を開始する。なんか酸っぱい匂いがするな。何をしていた？正直に答えろ。
I wasn't doing anything.
嘘はお前のためにならんぞ。以前隠れて知行をため続けてソフトボール台の球体を作っていた変態もいたからな。こんな悪習を立て、 お前の親はどういう教育をしてきたんだ？
It was mostly my onesan who raised me.
こんなことをするやつの姉の顔が見てみたいものだ。
He has a point, I think to myself. Still, Sovereign seems to be in a worse mood than usual.
誰かさんが懲罰貿易になったせいで始末書を大量に書かされていたからな。まったく目が疲れる。疑わしきものはまず検査だ。とっとと陰部を露出し、正常な勃起を心がけろ。
The semen that blasted out has stuck itself to the construction paper on the wall.
いや、早いことに越したことはない。でも早くないか。よくわからんが。
He was surprised because he basically had a premature ejaculation because she just touched his dick and then she probably hasn't even started tugging and then he came and I'm like, and she was like, that's fast. No, it's really fast. Anyway, it looks like being locked away in solitary for 2 weeks had quite the effect.
まあいい。それよりも残りの精液はどこに飛んだ？回収する。
Collect?
当たり前だろう。我々はお前たちの精液量も細かく記録している。
I cannot have her search my room.
どこにあるんだ？目がかすむ。おい、お前も探せ。一晩中そこに突っ立っていたくはないだろう。暗くてよくわからない。触ったらわかるものか。
You would most definitely.
踏んづけたりしたら最悪だし、精液で汚したなんて言ったら、あのかんぴょう女にまた嫌に言われて。
You would most definitely recognize it by touch, wiping around like that.
もう一度ビーカーに射精するんだ、修一郎。
But the second shot will be so much less. I'll fail the test anyway.
別の刺激を与えればなんとかなる。エネマグラだ。行け、修一郎。
おい、そっちはどう？
Found it.
そうか、それなら。バカに息が切れてるな。
I search really hard.
なあ、あったならそれでいい。メモリは。
He holds the beaker steadily, stares at it, then lets out a solid nod.
よし。
Solid nod.
量も問題ないようだな。よろしい。では速やかに就寝しろ。
Looks like I'm going to have to order another piece of paper to cover that up. I think I'm gonna call it in. I'm so tired, man. I can't continue. I'm so tired. I'm just gonna do 2 cuts and I'm gonna go to sleep, man. I'm so tired, man. Another work day tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in our next hentai prison.
変態プリズン。
雨の音が窓叩くベッドの中で聞いたいつか借りた MD をローテーションして